Welcome back to Mindset with Matty. Today we have a special guest. I'm so excited for this. This is one of my good friends, Parker Keckeisen. You've probably heard of him. NCAA champion, just a complete stud muffin, complete beast all through college, high school. Parker, how are you doing?
Good. How are you, Matty? It's good talking to you, and it's an old time. We
Yeah,
we go back, we go way back, so
way
it's
back.
fun.
I
It's
mean,
fun talking. So
we started in the Askren Wrestling Academy, Max's place, specifically down in Mequon, and man, dude, it was always so awesome watching you. But let's kind of dive into what really got you into wrestling, because I didn't really meet you till high school when I saw you there.
yeah, yeah. So I started wrestling. So like Glen Hills Middle School. That's where I went to middle school. They had like a wrestling class, and my the high school wrestling coach, Gus Kaufman.
Mm-hmm.
He ran a class, and my dad wrestled in sorry, someone sent me a photo of me. My dad wrestled in high school, and so he wanted me to get into wrestling, and then just from there, I got a good relationship with Gus Kaufman, and then just kept going on. And dang, I suck at this. Matty. I need to get my story down straight.
No,
Raph
you're
literally
good.
asked me for my story too. So but then that happened, and then throughout the time I just kept going more and more. I didn't like wrestling at first, so
Mm-hmm.
but then I think once I got to Askren, and they helped me fall in love with it.
Yeah,
And
I think
yeah.
they do a great job about that. I mean, because even looking at their ninjas, which are their youth kids, they don't compete a lot. They just want them to always come to practice, keep coming to practice, keep learning, but also keep having fun. And yeah, like you said, try to love the sport, because then the training and the going to competitions is going to be easy. But if you only go to those competitions, sometimes the kids start to hate it, because losing, they get that taste of losing, and then it's not fun, and they're crying. But if you just keep having them come to practice, they'll have that itch where they're like, I can't wait to compete. I can't wait to go out there where maybe the wins or losses won't even matter, because they're just having fun with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's one thing I remember my dad having that conversation, and also I remember Mitchell Messenbrink. He like skipped youth state to go to NCAAs, and I remember like thinking about that. I'm like, why would he skip youth state to go to NCAAs?
Mm-hmm.
And but also my dad was like, hey, you should it's probably more beneficial, because we had to have like Sunday practice at Askren. So it's probably more beneficial for you to go to practice instead of to work on your skills and get better, instead of going to like a competition where you wrestle for maybe 9 minutes. I guess like now like practicing competing is a thing, but I know Askren, and kind of just they helped me fall in love with the process, because I mean, going back to like that story of how I first started, like I did not like wrestling. Like
Mm-hmm.
I did not. So
That's
I
surprising, because
remember
it looks like you're having so much fun out there all the time.
yeah, not as a youth kid, for sure. And so like I don't know, like I never won a youth state title, and I remember Dejan just texted me. Dejan Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
he was at North Shore with us. He's coaching at Askren now. I guess like some of those Askren, those South Shore kids weren't having like the success that they wanted at the youth state. But it's like, I mean, there's a story like me, and I mean even like Ellis Flagger, who wrestled at Missouri, who didn't really have the success that they wanted as a youth level. But Ellis won state, I won state, and we both got the opportunity to wrestle Division 1. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and
it
and
was
let's dive into you win state, because it's funny, because you're a two-time state champ, and most people thinking, they look at your college career, they're thinking, oh, he must have been killing it in college or in high school, and it actually didn't start off that way, because I believe you placed your freshman year, but then I remember watching you. This was actually right before I met you. You took second at state to a kid that I grew up with from when
yeah,
I was
Jose Costa.
basically, yep, when I was, yeah, who went on to wrestle D1 as well. But I remember meeting you after that, and one time your phone lit up, and I thought it was mine, so I looked at it, and I saw your background, and the background was you on the mat, kind of with your head in your hands, and it was Jose sticking his hands up after he won the state title, and I remember I asked you about that, and yeah, you're just like, oh, it's a reminder, and I loved that. I love that. So, I mean, what was that like? Was that kind of that loss kind of drive you a little bit?
Yeah, I would say that loss definitely drive me. I actually I was just at AWA lacrosse kind of talking about my story and my wrestling story at least. And I do remember that background, and I remember that year. It was like a tough year because I just quit baseball. Like I just quit baseball to kind of go all into wrestling, and then I took second at high school state. Then I have taken second to Jose Acosta. Then I took
Mhm.
second uh at freestyle state to Jose Acosta, and then I actually beat Jose in Greco somehow, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
But and like I'm actually a Greco hater, but I'm actually learning that I probably should have done it more, especially in the seatbelt position I'm playing with now. But
Mhm.
then so I took second at Greco State. I lost in the finals, and it was just like a whole bunch of like. Then I lost in the blood round at this at what is cadet trials it was,
Yep.
and then I lost in the blood round at Fargo, or I went 2-2 at Fargo. So it was like, and I had a close match with like Aaron Brooks, who was he was pretty good as like there, and I'm like,
Mhm.
it's like you're close, but you're just not seeing like success yet. So I think that's just I mean, looking back at my youth and like my father and my parents always like, I mean, no matter the circumstance, they continue to show up and work hard, and I know that's something like I really admire from both my mom and dad. They're both hustlers, so it's like, what do you do when you have like those kind of setbacks? It's like you just got to go get back to work. And I think that reminder on my phone is was a good reminder to even like going through those like kind of like those struggles to continue to get back on the horse and get better and just to get back to practice. Cause and so yeah, if that makes any sense.
No, that makes perfect sense. And I mean, like you said, that year, I mean, I even went through that year a little bit where I kind of thought I was gonna have success because my freshman year, I won state, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go tear it up at Fargo now, because I'm the man. And I went 1-2 in both styles,
Yeah.
and I was like embarrassed, and I felt like I was like I just got majorly humbled, and yeah, like you said, the only thing to do is just get back to work because especially after Fargo, I mean, there's literally nothing. That's kind of like the end season. So
Yeah.
man, and I feel like that was such a big strong point with you because every time we show up to AWA, I mean, you're asking questions, even though your questions would take forever sometimes, and we'd sit there.
Oh, bro, what?
And but no, I mean you just kept wanting to come back and improve. And then boom, next year you win state, and then the year after that it was like everyone's like, "Oh, that's Parker Keckeisen, he's going to win." Like so you had that year change which was phenomenal. And then
Mhm.
eventually, yeah, you even got that Fargo All-American, correct?
Yeah, yeah. I took that junior year I took third at Fargo, and then my senior year I also took third.
Yeah.
So
So that was awesome. And then boom. So after that, I mean, you chose Northern Iowa, which at the time, wasn't that much of a powerhouse. It's kind of a powerhouse now, after your
yeah.
time there, but at the time wasn't very much of a powerhouse. I mean, there's some good guys here and there, but kind of what made you choose Northern Iowa?
Oh, I think what made me choose you and I think so. Max and Lee Roper were very similar in just on their approach to wrestling and
Mm-hmm.
like asking questions, very technical based. Then I like to think that like Doug Schwab was like kind of the cherry on top. Like, I mean, it's like he wrestled so hard and he's Olympian. He knew the work. He's very consistent, and so I think just the combination of those two, and then Randy Pugh and B Rob, they're also great coaches. And
Mm-hmm.
I think just I gotta remember. So my first wrestling duel. I don't know if you were on this trip to the Wartburg duels, Maddie,
Oh
but
no,
actually
no, I wasn't.
you
I
might have been
wasn't.
there with X Factor. But it was like I actually missed weight at this tournament. Kind of funny, but it we had a dual tournament in Wartburg, and then I got to see my first ever. And then you and I was wrestling Wisconsin in the West Gym, and bald headed little boy Parker. So I mean, Doug Schwab just let the Askren kids sit on the side of the mat. We were sitting on the floor, and we got to see. I mean, it was a packed West Gym. It's one of the coolest atmospheres to this day I've been in, and man, and you and I, like, I'm watching like Wisco legends like get their butt whooped by some U and I guys,
Hmm.
and I'm like, what the heck? But you and I just beat the living tar out of Wisconsin that day, and like I mostly remember the atmosphere, and I'm like, dang, and I don't know if I wanted to wrestle at that time, but it was like, dang, that place was like, to this day, my dad says that's the coolest atmosphere he's ever been in,
Yeah,
and
my brother Paul has wrestled there, and when my parents
yeah,
went to go watch him, they said it
I
is
was at
so loud in there.
yeah I was at that duel. I remember that. That was one of my I had like an unofficial visit for that. I'm like, oh, that's Paul Bianchi. So it was kind of funny,
That's so
but
cool. So
yeah, I
so
remember
really
that
that
duel.
atmosphere and like you said, Doug Schwab. I mean, there's videos of him on Instagram, giving those pep talks before practice, and I even listen to those. I mean, they're really great things to listen to. I mean, a lot of times it's
Yeah.
what your own head coach is saying to you, anyways. But sometimes it's nice to just listen to it, like you're just on your phone, you're by yourself, and yeah, I mean, I could tell. I mean, he's a great motivator for sure. Just I've never even met the guy, and he's a great motivator just off the off Instagram videos, And then, like you said, Lee Roper. I mean, that dude. I was at Last Chance Olympic team trials 2 years ago because I went 0-2 at NCAA's, and I was so upset. I was like, oh, I need to go do something. And I saw that Last Chance was happening in 2 weeks, so I was like, I'm going to that. And I think I was, man, I don't know who I was wrestling. I was just running through matches. I got beat up by Vincenzo Joseph. Now I was on the backside, just match after match, and he was like behind my coach, Coach White, but Coach White
Yeah.
was the only one there for me, and he forgot my gallon of water, and I pointed to Roper to get my water for me, and he comes up, brings my gallon of water. I start drinking, and he's like, "You're doing great. You're doing great." He starts like rubbing my back, and I was like, "Oh, thanks." But I
Yeah,
mean,
I
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that kind of explains the guy he is. I mean, he's very like just seems like yeah, he's like a Max, loves wrestling, and so that's so cool.
Yeah, no, Lee Roper, I mean, to this day, that's one of my best friends. I know he's coaching at Oklahoma State now, but I mean, we still text very frequently, and I mean, I owe that dude a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, he's a great dude.
Hmm.
So
This podcast is brought to you by David's Burgers. Big flavor, real burgers. Hungry? Come grab the burger everyone's talking about at David's Burgers. Locally owned in Arkansas, baby. Just where I am doing this podcast right now. Fresh, juicy patties grilled to perfection, melty cheese and loaded toppings, classic favorites or stacked creations, perfect with crispy fries and an ice cold drink. And guys, while you're waiting for these burgers, they are coming around with a big bowl of hot fries, just slapping fries down on your table. The atmosphere here is amazing. Everyone's so polite. They're in there with smiles. It's amazing. So whether you're grabbing lunch with friends or satisfying that late night craving, David's Burgers delivers that flavor every time. One bite and you'll know why people keep coming back. Stop by today and taste the difference. David's Burgers, where great burgers happen. Okay, so now we
dang, I
got
want a burger now.
dude, that place is actually really good. Like, I do love it. And I'm a burger guy. I eat burgers like all year round. So let's dive into you and I. You show up and it's the COVID year. So what was that like?
Yeah.
Kind of, you could have redshirted, but it kind of would have been pointless. So they're like, hey, everyone's wrestling, and then you find yourself in the starting spot. What was that like?
Do you want red shirt year or COVID after COVID year? Sorry.
Or during the COVID year, like the COVID where they had like the NCAA championships
Oh,
and
okay,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. So that year, I actually lost my wrestle off, and
Really?
yeah, so I got pinned in my wrestle off by Keegan Moore, who ironically was actually in town yesterday for postseason nationals. And I remember that. Honestly, I had a similar situation today. Like Drew Foster, like totally beat the crap out of me today. But just gotta let everyone know that. But all right, so like I remember that day. I lost my wrestle off, and I remember the next day was like a scrap day. All right, it was a scrap day,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember it was like real hard for like to respond. But it's like you think about like losing the state finals. You think about Luke losing. Are you gonna be able to respond? And I'm not even like thinking that for today. It was like got my butt whooped today. Didn't compete how I needed to. Like wasn't competing through every position. All right, you know it. Are you gonna go apply at practice this afternoon? Are you gonna go get better at practice this evening or that next day when I'm wrestling Lance Runny and I remember it and it's like, am I gonna try to beat him or am I gonna like kind of take a back seat and not be the guy and be the guy and just like chill? Does that make sense? Like it's
Yeah.
like I'm not am I gonna be a good enough teammate to continue to pursue being great at the sport, even though I'm not the guy wrestling in the duels to help my teammate, one of my best friends, succeed in the duel. So I just remember that being like kind of a hard mental battle. And I think I did a pretty good job of it. And it's like, oh, you just get back on the horse. You get
Mm-hmm.
back on the horse. And I look now, I don't really, I mean, I was a believer at that time. But it's just like, you just kind of got to get back on the horse and surrender the outcome, do the work, surrender the outcome, and just trust that if I get an opportunity, if I don't get an opportunity, if that makes sense. So
Yeah. So I mean that's great because I mean I think I was obviously I mean I grew up Catholic, so I always was a believer like all through high school. But it's kind of different when you go to college, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm by myself, and then
yeah,
you kind of don't have mom or dad to say something to or talk to or ask you about your day. Like no one's really ever asking you about your day. Like, oh, how was your
yeah,
day? You know, you just come home and you're just home and you know, you're with your friends and stuff. But it's kind of different where you kind of feel this loneliness, and I feel like that's almost where everyone's true faith kind of evolves or gets completed where they're forming into their true selves, you know? And
yeah,
and I feel like what you just said there, I mean, you just had to keep doing these tough things and going back and doing a different role that because you're usually like I'm the guy role, but now you have to be
yeah,
the helpful guy or like you know be kind of a servant guy and serve others. And do you think
yeah.
that was kind of like a great moment where that turned you into a leader on the team and turned you into when I'm gonna be the guy, I'm gonna be grateful for these guys helping me out.
Yeah, I definitely think that was a great opportunity just to, it's like I was a captain that year and like I lost my wrestle off and it's just can you continue to pursue with no guarantee? Like Doug talked about yesterday, jumping into faith is being able to jump into do all the work and you don't know the outcome. So it's like, can I continue to do that? And lo and behold, I got an opportunity against what is it, Oklahoma that year, and then I was like, I was the guy ever since then, if
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense. My girlfriend actually my fiance now, she exposed me to COVID one time, and I had to miss two duels, but it was like
Unbelievable.
I, unbelievable. But it was just like, are you going to be able to get back on the horse, or like Doug says, stay ready all the time, stay ready, stay ready, stay ready, stay ready. And I kind of get what he was saying in that moment because and he also like Doug's a I think you and I is like the best thing is like it's like you got to show Doug you want to be the guy
Mm-hmm.
instead of like he's just not going to tell you. So it's like I try to tell guys today or guys that aren't the guy like, are you texting Doug? I mean, I was annoying. Like I'm annoying Doug. I'm texting Doug every day. I'm your guy. I'm your guy.
Yeah.
And if I get an opportunity, don't don't uh don't take it for granted. Just freaking go out there and compete as hard as you can
Mm-hmm.
and control what you can. Compete for every position. And I mean, from then on, I got the spot, and I mean, I had some success. I got the one seed at Big 12s, and so yeah, I do think that moment, especially as being the backup, because I mean, I remember like, oh, I should be wrestling, but also I lost my wrestle off, so kind of having that and like
Yeah, you
I
weren't
didn't
in a
know
argue.
I
You weren't really able to argue a position to get the spot.
yeah, it's like I'm not the guy, so it's like kind of accepting that, and then just controlling what you can control, and then if you get an opportunity, don't look back,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what Doug said. Doug said he talks about it. He's like he lost the year he won nationals, he lost his wrestle off, so like he
Wow.
told me that story after wrestle offs, but
I
he
mean,
also just said
I feel like
yeah
that's always so special. Like I just lost at Pac-12s. Lost to a kid.
yeah
I literally beat him 2 weeks ago, no problem. And then got put to my back, and I lost. And it was great because Max texted me right after that, and uh, man, I love Max. He's a mentor, and he's always a
yeah
great guy. And he texted me right after that. He goes, "Hey, don't worry. I had a loss at Big 12s before, and then he's also told me his story about he was the 1 seed his freshman year going in NCAAs and went 0-2.
yeah
I mean, oh my, I was like, I didn't even know that happened and then it took him all the way to the end of his career to win again or to win. And so I just love those stories of those guys who, I mean, it's like you think everything went right in their lives or right in their career, and it's not the case at all. I mean, it's like, no, they had to go through crazy adversity. So, and what you said about
yeah
not looking back, I mean, you did not look back. I mean, Parker, you never lost more than one match at the NCAA tournament. That is crazy. You never took worse than third. And
yeah
and I remember when you took third during that COVID season, because I was there. I was able to watch Paul, and I was so grateful to be there because it was kind of like not many people could be there. And I watched you, I watched Keegan, and I was like, oh my gosh, they just took third at NCAAs. Like this tournament is so hard. I can't believe they just did that. And then I was thinking, man, maybe not every team was there or something, or I don't know, maybe they just had a crazy tournament. And then the next year, boom, you take third again. And then I was thinking, man,
yeah
Parker is just legit. I don't know what has happened, but it seemed like as soon as you got to college, man, it just clicked for you. And I love, like, what do you think that was where it just clicked? I mean, because you were good in high school, you were beating good guys in high school, but it's just to translate that instantly over is just amazing.
Mhm.
Like the first year you took third, you went 17-1, and then the next year 29-2. It's like you're barely ever losing. So what was that kind of? How did you just make that quick flip where you're like, oh no, this is just what I do now?
yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I think the ability to surrender the outcome for sure, especially that faith aspect where I can,
Mm-hmm.
like COVID was a big thing for that. Uh, it was like, I feel like I was just trying to, like how I did at practice would affect my emotions. And then there's a relationship I was in where I wasn't the best boyfriend and it helped me learn that, you know, if I can only, I was like kind of like scared of commitment, and it's like I can only if I can put my best a little bit into wrestling each day, relationships, school, and kind of like those like buckets in life, like family's even one of them. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that taught me like if I just try to get a little bit better in all those aspects, like God will take care of the rest. And so I guess like not putting my faith in wrestling or like not putting my like roots in wrestling really I feel like helped me almost like wrestle better. And I don't know, I think at that time like also like I've been blessed with I mean Drew Foster won a national title at 184 at UNI.
Yep.
Taylor Lujan was the 1 seed that COVID year. I'm putting money on him winning it. Uh, so I think kind of just like expectation, you know what, and pride. Doug, we talk about it, you and I, all the time. Like, leave it better than you found it. Can you leave, and that's like picking up pieces of trash,
Yep.
or or that's like literally like at the 184-pound weight class. Can you leave that weight class better? That's like, and I had some heavy shoes to fill with Taylor Lujan and also whatever.
Drew
I was talking about like that expectation with Drew Foster and Taylor Lujan and kind of leaving it better than you found it as like what we say at UNI and whether that's the bathroom or whether that's the locker room after. And yeah, I think just good expectations in a way to like, to go out there and compete as hard as you can and go out there and show your love for the sport and things like that. If that makes any sense. Is
No,
like
that does.
expectations are good in a way too. So
Hmm. And
I think that and being able to let go of the result, and I still think that's a battle too. It's like that's like more of a I think that's a daily battle, being able to let go.
yeah,
So yeah.
I mean that's what I started noticing. I mean, because you took third twice, and then I mean at this point, I know you have expectations where you're like, I know I'm capable of going and winning, and
Yeah.
and I mean everyone saw that, everyone knew that was a possibility, and you go and take second. I mean to Aaron Brooks, who obviously dude's an Olympic bronze, like a highly skilled wrestler, uh,
Yeah.
very good. And then, but then the next year, I mean, you start doing these things on Instagram where it was. I just want to say this was so inspiring to me and my faith. You
Mhm.
started talking, and no like music, or you're not getting dressed up or like set up. You just were in your sleepy cozy hoodie
Yeah.
thing, and you just started talking about your faith, and you read a part of Bible and just kind of talked about it, and it was just so refreshing and so great to see that, because I mean that's hard to do. Like a lot of people think Instagram, Facebook, like, oh, it's got to be like this cool perfect picture collage, like I'm not going to post anything unless I look good, and
Yeah.
this not caring and just trying to spread the faith and the good news, the gospel, and just kind of your thoughts behind it was so awesome. And even some of your thoughts where you kind of like sat there for a second and just like said like, oh, I don't even know. Like I loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, because it was great, and I just I saw something different there where like you now say surrender to the outcome. It's like you were really truly giving into that, where you kind of took wrestling as this is just something I do, that I love to do, and but my identity is now changing and going towards Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think like that whole I mean the Faith Sundays was kind of just like a calling for sure and just I mean I think the Lord just put on me, hey, you should post these videos and just kind of what you're reading, some thoughts and almost like those videos were almost for me to kind of dissect my thoughts on like scripture and like Roper actually shared something like those videos aren't for other people. Those videos are for yourself, and then you let God kind of have their effect. So it's like kind of thinking about like that. I'm like, oh, it was just really cool. I just felt a real calling to kind of share the peace. Like I don't know, I think like that's what I feel. It's like the Lord has given me so much peace. I know I've struggled with anxiety and overthinking and even like just trying to control too much. Like so just being able to I mean, it's full surrender. Like, I mean, there's probably things I still hold on to. It's like we're always getting molded and shaped. So it's like, but
Hmm.
can I just totally trying to, just share some of those things and, it's pretty. I mean, I don't do it as much now, but I definitely felt a calling through during that time at least.
Yeah,
If that makes
and
any sense.
and what I've been trying to look at lately, I mean, especially my last year, like you said, trying to leave it better than you found it. And
Yeah.
so even like try and talk to the freshmen more, who I don't always talk to them that much at the start of the season, just because you never know if someone's just gonna up and leave, like they could quit or something. But then I mean after they stick around, you're like I kind of talk to them a lot more, and then I started saying this prayer, because I remember especially in high school I was always using God for wrestling.
Mm.
God help me, you know, wrestle my horse in this match, or help me be healthy, and so I can go out and like win this match. And but then I was like, oh, that I'm doing the reverse. I should be using wrestling for God. How do I go on that mat and show people that I'm glorifying Him? And that's by wrestling the hardest. Maybe it's by pointing a finger up to the sky, or maybe in an interview it's by, you know, giving the glory to him and talking about that. But it was just,
Yeah.
whether that's going to be public or not, but it could be private, because God can see all. So it's just, I don't need it to be in an interview. I know deep down, it's between me and him. I know when I'm stepping on this mat, it's for him. It's not for me anymore, and
Yeah.
and a little bit for my family and the crowd and stuff because I love them. But so I started changing that prayer to allow me to use wrestling for you, Lord, instead of using you for my own wrestling or my own ego to build it. And I feel like doing that has made wrestling so much more fun and wrestling, like, I mean, I just love to wrestle hard, and my girlfriend gets, or my fiance now gets mad, and she goes, I swear you hit your face on purpose, and I don't. I just get bloody in the face a lot, and
Yeah.
but deep down I do love it. I'm like, I just love
Yeah.
like the grittiness. I love my eye being swollen. Like it's just fun, and that's what I love about it. It's not necessarily, you win a match and you're like, oh, I love that match just because I won. It was like, no, that match was fun because it was hard. And I pushed
Yeah.
through it. But another thing I want to dive into, so is the year the 2024-2025 season, your national championship season. And I remember seeing you partway through the season and at Nashville Duels. You guys
Yeah.
were wrestling the day before, but we were there working out, and I was so pumped because I was like hoping I could see you because I haven't seen you in a while. And I see you, and I think you just got done with a match or something. Or no, I was wrestling the day before. I just got done with a match. Actually, I lost, and I went to go see you. I got pieced up by Meyer Shapiro, and I see you, and I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, it's so great to see you. And I said, you can do it this year, man. Like I believe in you. And you just said, God's will. And I kind of thought about that as I walked away. I was like, that's a great, like, yeah, that's a great way to think about it. God's will. If He wills me to do this, if this is gonna make me a better person, if this is His plan, it's just like your trust for Him was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I definitely I actually don't remember that conversation now, but I like my response.
Yeah.
And oh, my bad. My bad. I just honked my horn at people. That's so funny. On accident. And Drew Foster's gonna give me crap for that one.
That's awesome.
Uh,
I'll leave
but
that in
no, I
here.
remember. Yeah, leave that in there for
Yeah.
sure. But no, no, that was I don't know. I just felt I feel like a lot of peace just happened that whole year, and whether that's on the mat, off the mat, uh, I don't know. I mean, I really felt myself growing spiritually, and really felt myself. I mean, almost probably taking that next step and a leap in my faith, and just I mean, it was like I feel like the past 2 years have probably been the most peace I've ever had wrestling, and just even like right now, like I don't know, it's like I remember, like I had a bad day this morning. It's like, would I really? Is that really affecting my day? It's like, no, I had to go back to the apartment and talk to Paige about some wrestling, about some wedding stuff. It's like, all right, can you just go respond the next time? And I think that's where the peace happened. And it's like, if you lose, if I lost a match that year, if I lost a match at nationals, like I remember before nationals, like reading the Ecclesiastics, and it talked about everything is meaningless, and I'm like, huh, and everything's meaningless. Like this NCAA tournament, I mean, I'm the one seed projected to win. It doesn't matter. Like people are gonna forget about this in 50 years, or people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, in what way does this really matter? So like, don't just go out there and have fun and enjoy it,
Yeah.
and surrender the outcome. And I do think, like, and like, you do have to like put the work in, and I feel like the Lord has definitely put like hard work in me, if that
Yeah.
makes sense,
Definitely.
or
No.
instilled it.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like, oh, I did all I could to prepare for this tournament, prepare for this season. Let's just go out there and let it fly. And yeah, I think a lot of peace, happened in that whole season. And it just so
Yeah.
yeah, I think I was just like a 4,
And I
if that
think
makes any sense.
and I remember you win that. I mean, I was so pumped because I was sitting like basically like third row or something, and I was so
Yeah.
pumped. So and it was so pumped to see your parents and your sister, and I mean that was so awesome. And but I also loved seeing it this past year. You lost Carstarachi, tough match,
Yeah.
but you could kind of see the change in progress because like you said, I mean the first time you took second, you ran off it into the tunnel. This
Yeah.
next time you took second and you walked over to your parents, your sister, and you gave them a hug. And
Yeah.
and I loved that because I was like, that just shows maturity and shows the what you've been preaching. It in the end, you gave your best effort and it didn't go your way, but your parents still love you, your sister still loves you, your fiance still loves you, your God still loves you, and
Yeah.
in the end, like you said, in 50 years, no one's gonna remember that match. No one's gonna be like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was oh I totally remember everything about that match. Like no, no one is. So, I mean, I thought that was nice to see, and Keegan did the same thing, and I thought that was just so awesome to see from both you guys. Just being like it's not all about me. It's about these guys too. You know.
Yeah, and I think you saying like the first time lost in the finals, I remember like sitting on a wall and like Roper sat next to me. I'm like, what am I doing? It was like I sat down for like maybe like 15 seconds. I'm like, what am I doing pouting? There's no time to pout. So like I went. I remember like, I mean, go get on the stand. I had a conversation with like Trent on the stand in the chairs. It's just like, bro, it's like it's just 7 minutes of your life. Like I definitely think I love wrestling because I think wrestling's a vehicle to a vehicle that the Lord has given me to. I mean, it helps me with discipline
Hmm.
in my life and just to live a better life. Because like you gotta get up early, you gotta do stuff, you gotta get your disciplines in, or you gotta go to practice, gotta stay in shape, gotta eat right. So it's like what a blessing from the Lord to help me live my life and yeah. So
Yeah, and
that's
what a
a that's
blessing
a
to
that's
take
kind of
second. I mean, how many people would
yeah.
love to take second. I mean, to be like, oh, I wrestled in the NCAA finals. It didn't go my way, but I still did it. Like that. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's something you talk about to your kids, your grandkids someday.
Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the cool places. Like now, wrestling's like taking me worldwide. So it's like I never like to travel the world, and like I'm like, dang, that's pretty darn cool. Like
Yeah.
I'm very, very blessed. So
I mean, and let's dive into that real quick. I mean, you're wrestling international. You say you didn't want to do freestyle, but you're too darn good to not do it. So you're doing freestyle, and you also you signed with a shoe company or CH Gear, the owner I just had on yesterday. So
yeah,
I mean, what's that like? Being like you started in middle school, you didn't even like it, and now you got shoe deals or gear deals, and you're wrestling in different parts of the world, beating world champs, like world medalists. Like, what is that like now?
and it's super cool. Like never thought. Like even like last year, like after NCAAs going into the Open, I'm like, dang, do I really want to wrestle? Like, do I want to go into coaching? Like I remember texted some. It's like I think this might be the last one going into the U.S. Open, and I was like, maybe. So,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It was just so like that whole time I remember praying about it and just being like, Lord guide me. And the Lord, I like, do I go to Oklahoma State? Do I go back to Akron? Do I go back home? Do I stay in Cedar Falls? I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Do I
there's.
reach out to those guys to like kind of change my scenery a little bit?
Yep.
Or and I just remember I never officially had an offer from all those places, but those thoughts. I got to put that out there.
Yeah, yeah. It
Uh,
was just like, yeah, thoughts in your head where you're like, oh, maybe I could reach out or something.
yeah. So it's like I'm just like it was just like a lot of I mean I just trust in the Lord, praying about it, and just I mean the Lord guide me to stay here, and I mean it wasn't easy. It was
Hmm.
like I remember like I'm very blessed with like Nick Fox. Nick Fox he qualified for NCAAs, but I feel like he's made a big jump this year from last year, and I mean just I think the Lord gave me a partner or like a guy to kind of like do it with. Like we were doing like these like 7 minute pushes after practice, and wrestling a lot, and like even like a Waylon Kressel too, who's in town, and it was just like the Lord kind of like putting those pieces together, and giving me like even like Cruz as a coach. It's like kind of it was just like, oh, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. If that makes any sense.
Yeah,
And so
definitely.
and like all of a sudden, like I didn't know I was getting any better, because like I go to the Bill Farrell. I mean, lose in the finals. I feel like I'm wrestling better. I guess that's fine.
Yeah.
Get pinned,
Just had a little
and
slip
then
up at the end.
I get to wrestle Zahid, and I'm like, dang, like even like
At
I was talking to
RAF
Keegan Moore.
too.
Yeah, at RAF, which is like I get to make a living wrestling. Like never did little kid Parker think he'd ever be doing that. So
Yeah. Cuz did
so
that kind of, speaking of RF, did that kind of make you feel like almost like a UFC vibe, or like where you're like, "Oh my gosh, this is basically what I used to watch on TV, and now it's like I'm doing UFC, but I'm not. I don't have to go out there and fight. I just get to go wrestle."
yeah, it's like you gotta do the promotion, you gotta do the stuff. It's a really cool thing. Like they do face off, which the whole media stuff, and like that's just not me.
Yeah.
But it's like I just gotta be myself. Like I remember showing up I'm gonna wear the RAF sweatshirt. I was like I'm not a fancy dresser, to say the least.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because
it's
some
like I'm
guys
just
get
gonna
really dressed up, and yeah, you were just wearing you should have wore the Brewers or the Packers like cut off sleeve hoodie.
Yeah, dude, I should have worked. Yeah, and that's what I mean. And like I also want to say this, like I think our relationship with the Lord has helped me just be comfortable being myself. It's like I'll go to church in my short sleeve hoodie, and like I'll go to the RAF weigh-in in the RAF sweatshirt they gave us in shorts. Like that's what I wear every day.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna be me, and even like you saying like in those videos that I did, it's like I'm wearing a snuggie. It's like I'm not big on. It's like I'm trying to be authentic. I'm trying to be myself, and I feel
Exactly.
like that's the best way to be who God made me to be. That's kind of like how I try to phrase it. It's like that's just who I am. It's like I'm a little bit goofy, and I'm a little bit simple. I'm not the whole like show thing, which I don't like. That's just not me. It's like
Yeah.
no harm, no foul on the people that are that. Like we need that too.
Mhm.
So, but
No,
yeah, that's
I
kind
love
of
that. I mean that's I think that's what draws people to you in a great way. Anyways, I mean you could see like whenever you walk in, I mean to AWA, everyone loves seeing you because you're so authentic. If you think someone's wrong, like if you're having a casual conversation, you could be like you'll probably be like, nah, I don't think that, and then because you're just authentic. You're just telling the truth all the time, and you've been wearing the same AWA shorts for like 10 years, and rocking like dirty camo shirts. It's just like who you are, and I love that so much. And like you said, going to church, like you come as you are. I mean, that's just who you are, and it's not a disrespectful thing. It's just like this is who I am. This is what I like to wear. This is what I like to do.
yeah. No, it's I don't know. It's like be you, and I think that's even like the piece that I've had throughout, like even like in my wrestling career too. That it's like the piece like I I remember Roper saying like you got to have all the buckets kind of aligned or filled. It's like you got to have the school aligned. You got to have your life outside of wrestling aligned so you can wrestle your best. So it's like kind of I think just being myself, not trying to be someone else, not trying to like. I always thought I was like I am a fun guy. Like I am fun.
Hmm.
And sometimes, but I'm also like when it comes to practice, I'm pretty serious, and like that's like when it's like you have that focus lock in.
Yeah.
All right, it's like it's hard to me for to be joking around and like locked in at the same time sometimes, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
So it's
definitely. I
like
mean, I've been with you when we're having fun, and messing
yeah,
around, going to like Summerfest or something. But I've always, yeah,
yeah,
but I've also always been with you during, yeah, those practices where you can tell, you look over and you're working hard, you're locked in. It's like this is serious time.
yeah. So yeah, that's just how I yeah. So Yeah.
And so I also wanted to get into the RAF thing, right? It's the RAF and kind of like NCAA's too. I mean, there's a lot of these extra things going on, the media interviews, all that stuff. And you always said surrender the outcome, but sometimes, like, what were you thinking right before some of those matches? Especially, you're going against Zahid, who just came off a world title. He's obviously confidence booming. He's been wrestling great. What is that like? What are you kind of telling yourself right before you go out in those big matches, where there's a big atmosphere and you're just walking in and gonna do what you do. So what are your thoughts before those?
Yeah, I think before those, I remember I've been big into visualization lately and kind of just seeing myself how I want to compete. It's like not necessarily seeing the win, but seeing myself with my legs tired and still competing. Seeing myself with maybe in Zahid in on my legs or Kyle Dake in a seatbelt and still competing and still wrestling through those positions. Because I think even like the reminder today that I had, it's just like competing is what you can control. You cannot control the score. So just go compete and fight through every position and yeah, go compete and fight through every position and control what you can,
Mm-hmm.
control your effort, control your attitude. And like that is like I had the reminder today. It's like I really try to preach those things. And you know what? Some days you just fail at them. Can I respond at practice this afternoon? So I think just me telling that stuff, like seeing myself compete, seeing myself getting my hand raised or just competing through those positions. I remember doing that for Zahid. I remember doing that for Zagreb. I'm trying to do it now for RAF and then the U.S. Open. And I just think I remember before that Zahid match, like doubts came in. Doubts are gonna come in. It's like the Proverbs talks about speaking those doubts out. It's like, oh, are you prepared? And like I remember looking in the mirror and saying, like, I am ready. I'm the best. Like
Mm-hmm.
I can win this match. I'm gonna win this match. It's like I'm gonna compete hard, and I'm like just like trying to like those doubts are gonna come, especially during tournament time. Like I was talking to like a high school team that's like they're on their way to they're at Ohio State tournament like right now. It's like those doubts are guaranteed to come. Can you speak them out, or can you like I mean me and our therapist talk about thoughts is like cars driving by. Are you gonna get out of that car? Are you gonna get in that car? If you got in that car, are you able to get off out of that car? Or are you also just allowed to let that car kind of drive by and and focus on the task at hand?
I
So
love
it's
that.
like yeah, I kind of think of that in that aspect, and I think just breathe. Like Randy Pugh talks about breathing all the time. Breathing. It's like when you think about your breathing, you are in the present moment. So it's like just being in the moment, trying to go compete hard, wrestle hard, and surrender the outcome.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I love that, man. I just yeah, and I see you do that, every time in your matches. It's just like you said, compete in every position. You're not aiming to score this amount of points. It's just I'm gonna compete hard, stay disciplined, and yeah. What I like to say in my matches, or say before, or actually what I started doing at NCAA's last year, because the first
yeah,
year I went, I was so excited, and I tell my coaches, I'm like, I went 0-2, but I just wanted to keep wrestling so bad. I was like, let me go 0-3. I don't care, just let me go back out there. And
yeah,
the next time I was like, oh, I think I was a little too focused on the crowd, the excitement, and I just kept putting my hand to my eyebrow line, and I kept like covering the crowd above me, and it was just a reminder, like, I'm right here, I'm right here in this
yeah,
moment.
yeah.
And
That,
especially
that's awesome.
before my blood round last year, I'm walking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm on the mat. They're cleaning the mat with those UV lights that don't do a dang thing. And
Yeah,
across the arena, I see my teammate, or my old teammate Jordan Williams. I see him lose, and I'm just walking back and forth, and I'm like, that's just not gonna be me. That's not me. And then
yeah,
I said, we could wrestle this here right now, or we could wrestle in a garage with no one there, and it's gonna be the same outcome. So that kind of eased my mind too, where, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. So
Yeah.
and I think that allowed me just to continue to compete hard and wrestle hard and yeah, it was just yeah, like those moments, where you're just competing hard and someone asks you, "Man, what were you thinking of that match?" You're like, "I don't know. Nothing, I guess." Like cuz I don't even know what just happened. And it was literally just like everything that you've done throughout the year is just it's in you already. Everything like people say the hay's in the barn. It's already within you. It's just
Yeah.
you making the decision before you step on the mat to just let it happen. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I love that. I love hearing your thoughts about that cuz especially, next week we're going to the big show and then in 2 weeks you're taking on Kyle Dake. I mean,
Yeah.
real quick, because I don't want to hold you too much longer. Real quick, how excited are you for that match? Because you've now wrestled him twice, and I mean, Kyle Dake's such a legendary guy. Uh, two-time Olympic bronze medalist, multiple-time world champ, four-time national champ, and he's done all this stuff. And I mean, it was like a guy you could watch growing up. How awesome is it that again you get to continue to wrestle this guy and on RAF?
Yeah, dude, I'm fired up. It's when you get to wrestle a guy that caliber, and it's like it's exciting. It's like exciting to go compete against the best, and it's like I'm just grateful. I'm gonna go out there and go compete through every position, and not worry about the score, and just go let the score take care of itself. Because I know I'm one of the best wrestlers in the world, and I just get an opportunity to prove it against a legend like Kyle Dake, and yeah, so I'm really excited. I'm excited for the opportunity, and you know what? If win or lose, it's like what really changes. So it's like you just get back to work on Monday.
Hmm.
So I mean, yeah. So it
That's
doesn't
so
really matter in
awesome.
that aspect. So it's like I'm gonna go try to win for sure. Like I'm gonna go try to win, go try to compete. But it's like what opportunity to just test my skills against one of the best.
Yeah.
So
I love RAF too because it's just like, I mean, it's literally just, it's like doing duels, It's just, you get to go out there and, win or lose, it doesn't really affect a tournament or like stuff like that. I mean, it's just so cool because you're just like, this is just, it's going to make everybody so much better, I think, because it's going to put them in those high intense arenas and against really good guys and just like more competition, more competition. I love it. I
yeah,
love it so
yeah,
much.
definitely. The one that I wasn't in Indianapolis was one of the cooler atmospheres. I know they had like my mom had like I don't know what they're called, but the banger sticks or something along those
Oh,
lines. I
yep,
don't know.
yep.
And like
Or like
she
the
was loving it.
boomsticks.
So boomsticks, yes. And she was loving it. I mean, it was one of the cooler events I've been a part of, and I'm looking forward to this one in Tampa.
Yeah.
So it's a very professional organization. They put us in great accommodations. They have the fan fest. I mean, they got a camp with this one. I'm not doing the camp, but it's like it's cool that they're. I mean, cool seeing wrestling on a professional level. Like it's like never did I think I'd be a professional wrestler, get that opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. I mean that's so it's so awesome. I mean, and hopefully you get like another singlet. Those singlets are sweet, by the way. Hopefully you get one with
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
hopefully you get one with like a pink outline that can match like that pink knee pad you have.
How do you know I have a pink knee pad?
I always see it on your story. Or you've worn it to practice before too. It's like a
I
pink it's
I
like
have.
yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, they're $10. They're $10 cheaper on Amazon.
Oh
That
dang,
was a
that's
good
pretty
purchase.
good. That's pretty good.
That was a good purchase.
And
So
ooh, what CH shoes are you going to wear? Cuz I know you got options
I'll.
now. The Golden
I've been
Glories
really.
are clean, man. The all white ones.
I do like the Golden Glories. I do like those. I'll probably pull those out. I do like the. I don't even know. I don't even know the brand. I don't even know the model. But the original, like, I have like a black pair that say like, I don't know if I'm supposed to announce. I have a black pair, kind of like the original Wyatt Hendricksons that I kind of like right now.
Oh wait, I know
So
exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I
Wait,
don't
I
think we're
won't.
allowed to
Yeah, I don't
talk
think
about
we're
those
allowed to
yet.
talk about those. But yeah, though that pair is also fire. A lot
It was
fire.
funny. Allison,
Yeah,
Allison, Allison took some good photos of me in those. I'm like, yeah, I can't post those yet.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's what he told me. He's like, just no posting. So like, and like some of my teammates are like, I'm gonna post them. I'm like, dude, no, actually, don't. Like, don't do it. But yeah,
yeah,
I mean, That's just so awesome. So, I mean, I won't keep you any longer, Parker. I was so pumped for this conversation just because I know your wrestling, your success, our friendship goes way back, and
Yeah.
I'm so excited to. Hopefully, I'll see you. U.S. Open.
Hopefully I'll see you at Natty's. I plan on going. So.
Oh, okay. Then hopefully I'll see you next week.
And I just want to say good luck at Natty's, Matty. I'm rooting for you.
Thanks, dude. Thanks. Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, great opportunities ahead, and last year, and yeah, that was another reason I wanted to have you now. I was like, you know what, I gotta ask him for just some refreshing advice, just something to calm me down, and yeah, I mean, I think you did that successfully. I'm taking your advice.
Trust in the Lord's peace and go wrestle hard. That's all.
I love it, man. I love it. And you know me, I'm gonna compete hard. I mean, last year I was so beat up in the face and stuff. I was so beat up I couldn't go to U.S. Open. I was so mad, but. Hopefully, I'll get a few more cuts and stuff on my face before we.
Your fiance's not gonna like that.
Yeah, before we take engagement photos, I gotta make sure I get cut up. She thinks I do it on purpose. I'm like, I don't do it on purpose. But
the head position battle is a good one. You need to.
Everyone says head, hands, defense, but I just go head. No
True.
hands.
True.
But yeah. So thank you again for coming on, man. I mean. Mindset with Matty. Again, wrestling niche, wrestling mindset. We heard it here from one of the best collegiate wrestlers in our time, Parker Keckeisen, 5-time All-American, 1-time NCAA champ, 3-time finalist. He's doing fantastic on RAF, and he's looking to make a world team this year and go make some noise on the world stage. So, Parker, thank you again for coming on.
Thank you, Matty. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem.
Great talking to you, too.
No problem. Mindset with Matty. Join us next time. We're going to keep having fantastic wrestlers like Parker on and keep growing, keep listening, keep trying to figure out what you can do better in your life to continue to grow better in wrestling, your life, and beyond, spiritually, mentally, physically, all of it. Thank you again. Mindset with Matty.